Hey, Team Superstars.
How are you?
It's Mark and Laurie. This is our in-person Zoom meeting that we're doing, via Zoom because of COVID-19. We're glad you're here. We've got Sherry McCandless and Stacy Warren on. Hi, guys.
Hi.
All right, we have some fun stuff to cover with you. We've had a lot of requests to cover these three topics. Two of these topics, and one topic we feel like we need to cover because it's important. So we're going to talk tonight about how to get more customers, and then we're going to talk about how to follow up, and then we're going to talk about how to promote new products. So that's on our agenda. If you have questions, try to write them down. We will stop a couple times to see if there's any questions, but try to write them down, and we will definitely do a Q&A at the end. If you've got something else you'd like to talk about, we'll be happy to cover it at that time. So,
okay,
here we go. Laurie's going to get started.
On how to get more customers. Well, the number one way, and this is the old way from a long time ago, and
still the number one way.
I'm sure Sherry and Stacy can say, yeah, they do this, is what, Mark? Passing out books. And there's been representatives that have said, well, I've had to close my business down because of COVID. And I said, what? Close your business? Why would you close your business down? Yes, we have to be a lot more careful, and especially when it comes time to deliver. But when you're handing out your books, if you use the little plastic bags that we can get from Avon, you can, if you want to wear a glove, you can wear a glove and hang them on someone's door. So that's one way. And let me just, a side note on this video, do not ever put your books inside of the mailbox. It is against the postal regulation. I know this because when I was starting a salon business, I put flyers all over Sandy, and I got called by the postmaster, and I had a couple of hours to remove them all or pay a really hefty fine. So don't do that.
Don't put them in the mailbox.
Put them on people's doorsteps or on their doors, and you can use those. They're called, what are our bags called?
They're called What's New bags.
Well, they used to be called What's New bags.
Okay, I don't know what they're called now.
I think they're called promotional bags or something, but we can show those on another video. So we use those a lot in our business. That's the first way. The next thing is you want to be prepared with books and business cards, because you never know when an opportunity is going to happen. The other day, Mark and I went to Kohl's. We purchased some clothing. They won't allow you to try clothing on right now. So I asked the lady, can I bring any of these items back if they don't fit? Oh, sure, she said. So we went back, and cute little lady in the return line, we started talking about business, and I said, what did I say? How did the conversation go? Do you remember?
You said that my business has been affected too, and she asked what business you were in.
So, which opened the door for me to say Avon. She said, oh, Avon, do you have Skin So Soft still? So that conversation started. I didn't have a brochure with me that day, but I had a business card. We call them bombitas. It's just a little cellophane pouch that has a business card and a sample, and just a little tiny note about how they could do a fundraiser with Avon. So I gave her that information, showed her my information to contact me.
Hi, Shavana.
Hi. Can you hear us, Shavana? Okay. Perfect.
How are you doing, Shavana?
I'm good.
Good to have you here.
We are talking about how to get more customers, so I'm just going to take a second for your benefit. The number one way is using our Avon book and putting those on people's doors. We're going to, and being prepared when you're at a store, anywhere you're at. I can't tell you how many times if you don't have a business card or a book with you, somebody inevitably asks you. Today, I went to our local grocery store and went to the post office to mail a welcome kit to one of our brand new recruits. And the lady there knows I sell Avon. She asked me if I had a book, and she showed me in the brochure what she wanted to order. So everywhere you go, if you start talking about your business, is an opportunity.
And let's talk a little bit about going out. I know that right now it's really hard with COVID-19. There's a lot of restrictions. Maybe you don't like to go out. And we're following the guidelines as well, wearing the mask wherever we go. But you still do get out, and there's things that you do when that you have to do in the course of the day. Some of you still may be working, so if you're going to work, make sure you're bringing some books or business cards with you. If you go to the grocery store, I'm sorry.
I think it was this.
Yeah, it was somebody talking. That's okay. If you have to go to the grocery store, Lori mails her new rep starter kits at the local grocery store, and that's how the ladies know that she's an Avon representative. My watch is talking to me. And that's how the ladies at the grocery store know that she's an Avon lady, so she's always prepared with the book. Went to the doctor's office today, and I had business cards with me. Now, I didn't have an opportunity to pass any out because everybody was social distancing and wearing masks, and so it was a little odd. But I came prepared with books. And then Lori just told you about the shopping story. We've both been working out and losing some weight. We had to go buy some new clothes, and you can't try them on, and so we had to return some stuff that didn't fit, and that's when we got this new customer over at Kohl's.
This is what I gave them, and we'll put the details in our Superstars group. Some of this information is already out, but you can see there's a sample in there. On the back side is our business card, and the little green page is just a little flyer about how to, let's pull them out so we can just tell you. They're pretty simple.
Yeah, one talks about
one
fundraisers.
Is about fundraising, and the other one is about selling Avon. In fact, we have to update this because this is no longer good.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is just really handy, even if you just have the samples and the business card.
Or just a business card. If you want to
Yep.
spend the money on the little bags and samples, just to have a business card to hand out is really important. And Lori talked about hanging books on your neighbors' doors. I know a lot of us aren't going out, and we're afraid to go out and do that. We don't want to go out and do that. But you can still do it for your close neighbors, the people that know you, that know you're an Avon lady. Give them a book and let them take a look at it. Another good place to pass out books and get contacts is at church groups. If you belong to a group at your church, let them know that you're the Avon lady, and bring a book with you. Set it in front of you when you're in a meeting or whatever you're doing, and let them ask you rather than being pushy. It really is up to you. I mean, you don't have to be pushy to give everybody a book and say, "Hey, I'm the Avon lady if you want to order something." So Lori, you've got some more to talk about.
Okay, where are you at? Right here. Okay. When you first start, most people start out with family and friends. And I was more nervous about family and friends when I started. But I have to say that is a good place to start, because my first customer was Mark's brother, John. He has a steel fabrication shop, and he ordered moisture therapy hand cream, 1 tube for all the guys in his shop. So it was my first order, and I was over the moon about it, because moisture therapy is a product that's super moisturizing for your hands and skin, and men, women use it, doesn't matter, because it's not really scented like some of our other hand creams. So that was my first real order. So you definitely want to start with your family and your friends, and you want to ask them to help promote your brand new business, or even your established business. Maybe it's been a while. Ask them if they will take your Avon book to work, maybe to a neighbor. Maybe you have your family members live out of state. They can definitely help you by, and now we do things a lot more digitally. Like, you could ask them to send your online store information to those people, and they could order from you, and you give them a little gift for doing that. There's a lot of ways that you can really promote your business. The family and friends are huge, so you want to sit down and make a list of all the people that you have, and then ask them to help you out. Mark mentioned taking a book to work, so you could have them all take a book at their place of employment. Right now is a different time because of COVID-19, and a lot of people are working from home, but it doesn't mean that they still can't help promote your business. Maybe it means sharing your Avon Facebook group or page. If you haven't created one, that's a topic for another day, and we can help you with that. But you really want to promote your Avon products from Facebook page, and you can ask people to share, like, comment. One of the things that we do every single week is we do a Facebook Live video. And so Mark's going to talk about that. One of the other things on my list, though, and this is kind of funny, but not funny, but it really happened. We used to have an Avon rep on our team. And I'm sure all of you remember back in the day when you could buy those kind of vinyl tote bags. They were see-through. She carried her Avon books inside of them so you could clearly see Avon. She was at a funeral. After the funeral, 2 people asked her for Avon books. And, you know, a couple of people said, wow, that's not appropriate. And she said, I didn't do anything. I just brought my bag. She came from work and went to a funeral, and someone asked her about Avon. So I said, well, way to promote your business without really promoting it, because she had the books in her bag from work. So I say kudos to her. I don't know if I would do it, but she did, and she got orders and business from it. All right. Next up, and this is the newer way to do business, and everyone's doing it, so you really want to learn how to promote your Avon business on social media. There are a ton of trainings and tools that Avon provides that are absolutely free via Avon U and Avon Social. Avon U is the training platform. There's also training inside of Avon Social where there are pre-made posts. For every single campaign, there's brand new posts that have your embedded or encrypted store link. So you post it, you add a link, you talk a little bit about the product. That's really important to note, versus just putting a product out there with a link. People usually scroll on by those, but if you're going to post, like for instance, this is a brand new product coming in campaign 17. There's a post in Avon Social for this product. It's called Balance and Soothe Body Cream for Moisture Therapy. None of us I haven't used it yet. How do I learn about what to say in my post? You open up a book and there's information in our Avon brochure. You don't want to type this whole thing, but you just say a little bit about it. I'll give you an example. It says Moisture Therapy plus Balance and Soothe Body Cream, soothing formula with ingredients known to help create a healthy environment. I'll read you the whole thing and then I'll tell you what I would post. Create a healthy environment for skin's microbiome and restore balance. Replenish the skin with moisture for a smoother, softer, healthier look. I would use that very last sentence. Replenish the skin with moisture for a smoother, softer, healthier look. Most people don't even know what your microbiome is. It tells about it.
You could do a post and say, does your microbiome need to be refreshed? And you know, maybe that would generate some interest.
And you know what? Right here, we're on this lady's leg. It tells you exactly what the microbiome is.
Pretty cool.
So you want to use social media. Let's see. Okay, there's 2 things when you're posting on social media: your personal profile and your business page. It's really important for you to set up a business page. Your personal profile is really like, it's the story of you, your family, your life, like your digital scrapbook of what you're doing in your life. You see people posting when they go to restaurants, camping, vacation, backyard, gardening, all the things that you're about and that you love. That's where you post that information. It's okay occasionally to post your Avon information there, but if you are posting Avon, 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 what happens is your friends and family get sick of it. Pretty soon they block you or they ignore you and they scroll right on by. If you set up an Avon Facebook business page, then they expect for you to post about Avon there, but you still have to use what we call the 80-20 rule. That means 80% of the time you post about yourself. So what I talked about before, maybe you like to garden, fish, flowers, whatever you like to do, you post all those great things. You can post quotes. Maybe you like coffee. I love coffee, so I post about coffee a lot. Then 20% of the time is where you post about Avon. So if you think about, well, 80/20, how does that work out in a day? If you post, yeah, I post 5 times a day. So that means I post one post is about Avon. 3 times a week I post that we're looking for people to join our team. So that's part of it too. And then what you really want to do is monitor on your social media when people make comments about something. Maybe let's say I posted about a brand new skincare product, and someone comments and says, oh, I'd love a sample of that. Well, you want to respond back and say, hey, Sally Joe, I'll be happy to get you one as soon as I get some in stock, or they come in my order. So you want to respond as quickly as you can to someone and let them know, answer their question if they have one, or whatever their comment is, but let them know that you're present and you're there.
And remember to thank people for likes. If they liked your post, go into your post and say, hey, thanks for the like. It's always good. What you're trying to do on social media is start that conversation, and get them talking about what they like, what they need, and that will sometimes lead to an opportunity to present Avon to them. So that's important. Okay. All right, now I'm going to talk about a couple things about getting new customers that are a little far off because of COVID. But one of the big things that we do is we participate in events, boutiques, fairs, and community gatherings. Now, we haven't this year because they've all been canceled, but go in your local area and look for any Facebook page that's talking about events. There's one in Utah called Utah Direct Sales Events. There's a couple of them here in Utah that I follow those Facebook pages, and we look for events. Now, there's some events starting to kick back in. You have to decide right now if you're comfortable going to participate in those. We're not at this point. We do have one set up coming up in September that we believe will be canceled, and then another one in December. We're waiting to see what happens with that. But that's another good way. When this is all over, that's definitely a good way to promote your business. You go set up a table, you've got some products, you got some books, people walk up, you talk to them, you get their contact information, and there you go with some new customers. And then the other big thing, and this is really important, is to always ask your current customers for referrals. If you deliver your products and the customer says, oh, I'm so glad, I love this stuff, I just can't wait to get it, say, hey, do you know anybody else that might enjoy it? And see if they can give you referrals, or offer them a gift for referrals. We do that. Every campaign, we put an email out to our customers letting them know the new campaign has started, and we tell them what they can get if they refer a customer who places an order.
And I'll just touch on that. It's never anything real huge, but we looked through our inventory to see what we had. I had 2 favorite products, a Love at First Lash mascara, and I had the vitamin C lip treatment. Mark and I love the lip treatment. And I said, let's offer 2 this time. And we had somebody refer a brand new customer to us, and she placed an order. So we delivered that to her, and she was very thankful for it. So you're always wanting to ask for referrals. It really does help you grow your business, because the person that's your current customer, when she refers somebody new to you, that person has heard something about you already. So it's an easier step to call or contact this brand new person.
Now, through all of this, passing out books, talking to more people, that's the way you grow your Avon business. And what I've wanted to say before was, this is your store. This is your store. So, when you drive down the street, or when you're going to the grocery store, you're going to a building. Well, this is how people shop with you, is the Avon book. So that's why the book is so important. And I know that a lot of you try to sell online. We sell almost 90% online, but our online customers still get a book from us. We send them out in the mail. We can talk about that another time. What's really important, though, when you're out there talking to new people, is you've got to get contact information, because you can't do the next step that we're going to talk about if you don't have that contact information. So at the very least, you want to get their name, their phone number, and their email, and you get their address if you can. So a really good way to do that, like Lori said, is be prepared. Always have a notepad in your purse or on your person. And when you talk to somebody, hand them a notepad and say, hey, just give me your name and phone number. One of the things we do is we use a program called Shuffle. Another way to, it's an online business card Another good way to get their contact information is to go to Shuffle, to send a card, and then hand them your phone and say, just give me your name and phone number and you'll get my business card. They get your business card, they get your link to your store, they get whatever you put on your Shuffle card, and you get their contact information. Very important to get the contact information, because our next step is going to rely on that.
And it's how you're going to grow your business.
So really quick before we move on to our next topic, any questions so far? Anything any comments? All right. The next thing we want to talk about is follow-up. And, we get new reps all the time to say, what's one thing I can do to be more successful in my business? And really, it's not about one thing, is it? It's about many tons of things.
But yeah.
But if they just insist and they want us to boil it down to one thing, that one most important thing has got to be follow-up. Why is that important? Well, anybody who's been in the sales industry knows there's all kinds of studies that have been done. Everybody that's been in the sales industry knows that the typical sale is made on the 6th contact. I want to let that sink in. Not the first contact, not the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th, or 5th, but on the 6th contact is typically when a sale is made. So that's why you need to stay in touch. And don't feel like you're bugging people, you're bothering them. You're not. You're doing them a service. When you hand them a book, a friend of ours in Avon liked to say they take the book, they go home, they dog ear a few pages, then they set it down and they forget about it. And if you don't call them, they won't go pick it up and tell you what they want to order. We had an experience. We went out to dinner with a bunch of friends and we handed out books, and I saw a lady turning the pages and marking them all. I didn't get her contact information. I thought, oh, she'll call and she'll order, and she never did.
No, because we didn't get the information.
So, very important. So, Lori.
All right. So you hand out that Avon book. You get the contact information. So you passed out the books. Well, when do you do the follow-up? This is really critical. When we do events, shows, I meet somebody in the grocery store, it doesn't matter how or where we meet them. If they are getting our Avon book, we've invested some money in this book. In order to get our investment back, we need their contact information. It's my job. I go in and I follow up within 2 to 3 days of meeting them. For example, if we do an Avon show, an event on a Saturday, on Monday morning, business hours usually around 10 a.m. here, I'm calling them, texting them, emailing them. It really depends, because when they give us their information, we have a digital form that we ask them. How would you like us to contact you? Do you want us to text message, phone call, email? These days, not too many people will actually pick up the phone. I know it seems weird to some of us, but that's the way it is. We live in a more digital world, and so however that person wants to be contacted is how we contact them. And if we don't get an answer, then we're writing a note. Contacted Betty Sue on the 14th of July at 10 a.m. And then I go back and I call her again. So when do we call her again? Then I make a note on my calendar, and I usually go for a week. You don't want to be like spammy to the person, because then they'll think you're over the top. So I just contact them once a week for a couple of weeks. It might go on for a little while, but I keep leaving friendly messages. Hey, I left you my brochure. Sometimes I might even say something like, I met you at the grocery store in the checkout line, or I met you at this boutique. However I met them, I might make a little note, because then it helps me jog my memory of how I met that person.
So there's a couple ways to follow up, and Lori touched on those. Obviously, the phone call is, it's kind of a forgotten method, but it's the best way because you're talking live to somebody. But also email and text are great ways to contact somebody. Text is really good. That's almost as good as a phone call these days, because you text people, and more often than not, they respond right away to a text message. Now, we use some automation in our business to reach out to customers, and it's important to not just new people, but your existing customers, to ask them every campaign, hey, do you need to order something? And we use 2 programs that we can talk about another time. One's called MailChimp. That one is free, doesn't cost you anything. You can send up to 2,000 emails in MailChimp, but it's a great way for us to reach out to our 300 or so customers and send one email to them each campaign saying, hey, the campaign is open. Here's when I need your order. It's a great way to do that without having to send 300 individual emails. The other program that we use a lot is called Project Broadcast. That's a program that sends text messages to our customers or to whomever we want to send them to. That one's not free. You buy credits, and then each text message costs you a credit. So that one's not free, but it's a great way if you need to send text messages out to 60 people
yeah.
or 100 people. That's a great way to do it. Anytime you guys get a text message from us, more often than not, most of the time, it's through Project Broadcast. So I just wanted to touch on those. We can give you more details on those automations
And those
at another
tools,
time
yeah.
if that's something you might be interested in. Yeah. And Laura, you already talked about calling them.
Yeah.
So the last thing is, if you're passing out books and you don't get contact information, go back a couple days later, knock on those doors and say, hey, I dropped the Avon book on your door. Is there anything I can get for you? Or if you strike up a conversation, maybe they don't want to order, but they want you to get a book next time. Get the contact information at that time. You've got their address because you're standing right there. But get their name, get their phone number, get their email address if you can, and then you can follow up with them and put them on your list to get a book each month.
If you're standing in front of them, I would recommend too, pick a product. This is what I would talk about. This brand new Bug Guard from Skin So Soft. This is a limited edition. The thing that's different about it is it contains aloe vera. And this one repels mosquitoes that may carry and transmit the Zika virus. So you could simply just say, hey, if you had this, you would bring one with you and just say, this is a brand new product. Just wanted to point this out to you. It's bug season right now. If you need a tube of this, let me know.
Another good idea is, I heard another Avon rep say this, when she was passing out her books, she always had a basket of products, and she would knock on the door and hand the book with the basket of products in her hand, just in case people would say, oh, what do you have there? And then she could strike up that conversation and possibly even make a sale.
Oh,
so there's another good idea. Is, when you go knock on the door to see if they want an order, bring a basket of products with you. So that's follow-up. I can't tell you how important that is. Again, if someone insists with us that they want one thing that we do that makes our business successful, that's the one we give them. You got to follow up with everybody.
And that particular topic absolutely is so important to selling Avon products, to recruiting people to join your team, following up with them to say, especially brand new representatives, with training. Here's another training link, or here's a document. We're following up with our brand new recruits for a couple of months just to see if they have questions. We're giving them bits of information. So for both parts of the business, that is the most crucial thing, is the follow-up. The next thing we're going to talk about is how to promote new products. And this, I'll tell you what, we've learned really quickly how to promote lots of new products, because this whole last year and a half, when LG purchased Avon over a year ago now, we had to step up our game because there's so many brand new products. The first thing, and this is an old one, and it will always be the best, is you need to try some of the products. I realize there are a lot of brand new products, so I'm not saying try every single thing, but you are the best testimonial. For instance, I don't know if you can see, but on my lips, I'm wearing the Avon Birthday Balm lip crayon. I ordered all 6 shades and I've used 4 of them. I absolutely love that product. It's not a ton of color, but I love it because it has shea butter. It's super moisturizing. So there's one little fact about a product. So you want to talk to people, and they might even, see a piece of jewelry. The earrings that I'm wearing, these are older, but they're sterling silver from Avon. Wear the jewelry, wear the products, use the skincare, makeup. There's so many different things that you can use. If it's a brand new product, I don't even have any products because this whole meeting is not so much about product, but you want to post a selfie. Like maybe if I were featuring these earrings, I would have Mark take a really good close-up so we could get the earrings in a selfie, and then post it on social media. And you could put a caption that says brand new sterling silver earrings and put your Avon online store address, or message me for more information.
She's wearing the lipstick. That's another good one. Post a picture of you with the lipstick on and say, I absolutely love this new lip crayon from Avon, and put the link in the post.
In fact, I think I'm going to do a selfie. You guys, I'll do one and I'll post it in our team so you can see. And, you know, it takes some courage and I'd say even a little bit of guts to do it. Mark and I were at, let's see, Nashville. What year was that?
Oh, that was 3 years ago.
2017? I'm not sure.
Yeah, 17.
2017. And it was an awakening year for us. We didn't do live videos. We didn't do selfies. We didn't do any of it. But I knew that the company and all other companies were moving their business in the digital and online direction. So our friend said, okay, come on. We'd had a couple of drinks, so it probably wasn't the best timing. She said, come on, we're gonna do a live video. We were scared. We were like, what? No, yeah, come on. So she got her camera out and started a live video and like interviewed everybody, our little friend group, and made us do it.
It was really fun.
And it was really fun. So maybe that liquid courage was probably what we needed. But it was really fun. And then she challenged us to keep doing it. And our friends Rick and Tina started doing it when they came home from the trip. And we thought, well, no, that was another trip. But anyway, we started to do that and thought, wow, our customers really enjoyed us doing that. The next thing is something that I had showed you before, samples. Now, I realize we don't have as many samples, but we still do have samples. We have, we can get some skincare, a little bit of fragrance. What else do we have? We have our samples. Yeah, we've had the leaf samples. We've had the Naked Proof line of products.
But don't let that stop you.
Whatever it is, you can sample. And you want to ask your customers to comment on your business page about those samples. One of the things that we started to do is everyone, whether they buy from us in person or they buy from us online, everybody gets samples. Our people who buy in person get samples every campaign. The people who buy online are many more. We send out a really nice sample package about every 2 to 3 months, and it has anywhere from 6 to 8 samples, and you're thinking, wow. But that's because we're not sampling every campaign to them, and then I mail them. And we ask them, I type up a little page and it has, we can show you in another training, but it's pretty simple. I highlight 3 or 4 products. I open up the Avon book and I talk about what the book says about the product and what I personally like about the product. It's a teaching and training tool for the customer to learn why they should maybe try this brand new skincare, fragrance, whatever it is that I'm sampling to them.
And then you ask them to go to lipstick.
And then, I ask them to go to our blog or to our Facebook business page and comment. We've had many comment how much they love the samples. And then what we've noticed is down the road, we start seeing those customers are ordering the products that we've sampled. So again, it's about following up and expecting them to try and use the samples and then let you know how they like them.
Another good way is to target email. So, we've got this big new, a new launch coming in August. I'm really excited to see what the product is. Sounds like it's going to be in the Ultimate Supreme line.
Yep.
So I'm psyched because I really enjoy the Ultimate Supreme the Ultimate Supreme
Dual Elixir.
The Dual Elixir, yeah, and the one in the Black Pearl one. I love that. Use them both. So that'll be exciting when that product comes out. We're going to probably send a target email out to our customers. Maybe we'll target our customers who often order skincare and say, hey, we know you're a skincare user. Look at this great new product. We can't wait for you to try it. Let us know if you'd like. like to order, that's a good way to do it. Is a target email out to your customers, and it doesn't have to be specific customers. It can be to all of them. But if you've got one customer that's like a skincare junkie, and a new skincare product comes out, there's no reason why you can't take that Avon social post, send them a direct email, and say, "Hey, look, this just came out. I'm so excited about it. You ought to try it." Another good way to get new products out there in front of your customers, and Lori and I do this once a week, she talked a little bit about it, is doing a Facebook Live every Thursday night. So it's in 2 days at 7:30 Mountain. We go live on Lori's profile, and we feature new products out of the Avon catalog. We're on maybe 15, 20 minutes at the most. We show them the new products, and when we post that live video, we put a link to our store on so people can go and shop. And we're getting a lot of traction from that. We get a lot of likes and shares, and it's expanding our reach on Facebook. So that's really fun. Again, you have to get over your fear. The first couple we did were pretty bad, weren't they?
We laugh at them now because I was so stiff and scared. I was scared to laugh, scared to do anything wrong. And the funny thing about live video is when you're making mistakes, too bad.
Yeah,
you can't go back.
There.
You don't
Just
get to
re-roll
it, but that's the thing we really learned, was to just be yourself, laugh at your mistake, carry on as if it didn't happen. One of the funniest ones I think we ever did was when Avon came out with the vitamin C warming peel. Mark and I hadn't used the product, so I had my hair all pulled back in a ponytail, and we had a bowl of warm water and white brand new washcloths. So we put the orange mask on and we waited, and it activates when you dip your hands in water and then pat your face. Well, it got really warm. So we're on live video and we had to hurry and scrub it off, and the washcloths turned bright orange. So we're just going through the whole video and with all this stuff going on, and the dogs in the background barking, and it was just it was crazy. It was crazy and fun, but you never really know, and if you have children, it seems like you're all ready to do a live, and then your kids are, popping in. One of my friends, Avon friends, did a live video this week, and her little girl kept poking in and saying, "Hi, mommy, hi, mommy." So,
But see, that's fun. It's real, and that's what people like. People will watch that.
Exactly. So if you guys want some more information about it, we'd be happy to help you. There's even a way where we could maybe set it up. I don't know if we have the technology, but we'll look into it, where we put you in what's called like a waiting room, and I don't know. There's different ways where we could do it remote. You're gonna have to tell me
what you're thinking about there, but I'll bet we can do it.
Yeah.
Then the last thing in terms of promoting new products, and this is a really good one, and really I'm going to let Lori talk about this because this is her idea and she is the master at it. Go ahead.
I remember I would go as a brand new representative. I would go to Avon sales meetings. Back in the day, they were in-person meetings, and we had a district sales manager, and people would talk about how, well, my family says I shouldn't give Avon products anymore. And I thought, well, why wouldn't you give Avon products? So I started to give Avon products for gifts, like maybe a bridal shower, a baby shower, Christmas, birthdays, all the different occasions, especially Christmas, because I remember even as a child, Avon has always had such great stocking stuffers and things for children. So we started to give Avon gifts. I gave Avon gifts for a bridal shower last month. My nephew married this beautiful gal, and our daughter and myself chose from Avon some of the Belief products and some of the other skincare products. We put together a really beautiful skincare basket for her. She was so grateful. So, don't be afraid to give Avon gifts to your family, friends, neighbors. What happens as a result of that, if they love whatever it is that you gave them, they're going to come back for more. I gave my brother and his wife a couple of years ago one of our 3-wick Avon Christmas candles, and I put some hand creams because they are gardeners and their hands are in the dirt a lot of the time. Gave a kind of a whole little themed basket. They reordered all of those products. The candles had changed, but they still ordered new ones. So the point is, you give gifts to your friends, family, neighbors, it will pay you back down the road if they like those products.
You know, it's funny. We usually have the kids over, and our kids are grown and out of the house, but they come home for Christmas, and there's always a stocking for them, and they go through that stocking, and they're like, "Where's my Avon? Where's my Avon?" They're looking for that Avon because they know Mom's always going to put some Avon.
Well,
in
like
that
the
stocking.
hand cream. Even my son, my skin's so dry, so everybody has skin. Everyone has dry skin at different times of the year, depending on where you live and what your climate's like. And so they look forward to the different things, that and the lip balms.
And even like neighbor gifts, everybody does neighbor gifts at Christmas time. We tie a little lip balm on the cookies or whatever. For our friends, if we're going to give them a bottle of wine or something, there's always a lip balm or a hand cream or something in there with it because they know we're Avon reps and they expect their Avon. So it's really important.
Yeah, so there's
it's a great way to promote new products.
Well, and the giftable products too. I mean, there's just so many different ways you can put things together. And last year I don't think we'll be able to do it this year, but we had an open house, and Stacy was one of our reps who have stopped by. In the fall, we had all the brand new products from Avon, so we had them displayed on a table. Our friends came over, family, and sat around and had a drink and some hors d'oeuvres and looked at our products, and we just had a really good time.
It was really fun.
So once COVID is over, we'll be able to go back to some of those things.
Yep. All right, so that gets to the end of our agenda. We hope that some of the stuff we talked about is helpful. And now it's QA time. What did you guys have questions about what we presented? Is there something that you want us to talk about, or something you need our help with? What can we do for you guys?
I had a question.
Okay, Sherry.
This is Sherry. Can I get business cards through Avon, or do I need to go to like just a place that makes business cards too?
Yeah, actually, this is new, exciting news.
That's a great question. We used to have a vendor that was called Town and Country, but they went out of business. And I'm really excited because for years I've been breaking the rules. I'm kind of a envelope pusher, but we now have a partnership with Vista. Everybody sends their business. Most places send out to Vistaprint anyway. We will have to do some checking, Sherry, but because right now I don't know where to tell you to go.
I do. You go.
You do?
Yeah. If you go into Avon now, you go into the Avon Perks site.
Oh, okay.
And then you look for the Avon partners, and Vistaprint is one of those partners. And on Vistaprint, I was watching, this was Michael Singstack's campaign or Community Insider he was talking about. They actually have Avon templates now in Vistaprint for Avon business.
Oh.
Yep. It's a great deal. And Vistaprint, we've been using Vistaprint for years, 20 years for business cards for Avon. So we were really excited when we heard that Vistaprint was going to become the new vendor for Avon business cards, Avon print material.
Well, and what's really, really nice about Vistaprint, not even just business cards, but you can buy a smaller amount. You can buy, let's say you wanted to create your own Avon branded logo t-shirt, Sherry. Yep. You could do that on Vistaprint because they've got templates with the Avon logo.
They do stickers, they do
tote bags,
car magnets, they do tote bags, they do hats, they do pens. They got to do stuff. Vistaprint is wonderful, and it's really affordable. So that was a great question, and that's where you go to
get that. The other thing too is it's really easy with their template program. You just go in and you select. That's how I used to do it. You select which one you like. Like you might put in beauty category, for instance, and then you just type in the information and you proof it right there on your screen and look till you get it the way you want it, and then you go ahead and order.
Okay. And that's just through Avon Now Perks?
Yep. If you go to Avon Perks and look for the partners, Avon Partners, you'll find Vistaprint. We'll go and do it, and I'll do a little tutorial on how to get there, and I'll text that out, email it out to you.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Great question.
Yes.
What about Stacy or Shavana? Do you guys have any other questions or another one?
No, I'm good. I think y'all did a great job explaining everything.
Shavana, you are good. You had a great campaign last campaign.
I did. I was so
You did.
excited.
Great. That was a good one. Keep it
I'm
up.
trying to keep it up. I'm trying.
Thanks
What did we say the key was? It's that follow-up word.
Follow-up.
Right.
Thanks for sending me my little Avon Award card there. This is Sherry again.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations. Yeah. And,
Yeah, you did really
For the
well.
mail.
Sherry. Awesome.
For that 1 month, yeah.
Oh, and be proud of it because it takes time.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
following up with everybody and continuing to follow up over time and start asking for referrals. That's really how you can get more people to order from you as well.
Yeah. I did just get a referral from one of my customers, so.
Awesome.
Very good.
Yeah, make sure you tell that customer thanks. Maybe send them a card or something and say thank you for the referral. That would be a great week.
Yeah, I noticed how you were saying that, and I hadn't thought of that, so I'll have to. But
Yeah,
and sending gifts too is a neat idea too to people. Avon.
Yeah, campaign. Everybody who orders online gets a thank you card from us because we're not going to deliver the order. We're not going to see them in person, so we send them a thank you card. And we really think that's helped to
It's
retain
really
that
helped
business.
a lot. It's a small, about a postcard size. It does come in an envelope because sometimes the post office really damages those. But on the back side, it's just saying thank you so much for ordering from us. Once a month, we do a drawing for everyone who orders. It doesn't matter what their online order size is. We put their name in a drawing, and I pick a winner, and then I post it on our Avon Facebook page. And then if they live far away, because some of our customers live out of state, then we just mail it to them. And they really enjoy it. So it's been kind of a fun thing. And it's kind of like the samples in the sense that whatever gift they receive, it could be small products. Like one time I did one that was makeup. I had like a lip balm, a lipstick, a lip liner. It was all kind of a lip theme.
Right.
And that customer reordered 2 of those items. So that tells me that they really liked the items that they received.
Yeah, we have a customer, we sampled the Fiji Fresh, or the Fresh Fiji laundry soaps. She ordered it. And then she won our Facebook, our weekly drawing once, and she got some of the kitchen degreaser, and she ordered it. So, letting them try those products is a great way to get them to buy them.
Right. And I'm going to have to use some of them too, so I see if I like them.
Right. Lori, you don't know until like the degreaser we were kind of skeptical about, but tell your story about that degreaser.
Well,
and why
we
it's so
decided
great.
to use it, but we didn't want to use it in the house, so I went outside and I used it on my barbecue, and I was shocked at how well it worked. It was so easy. Spray it on, let it sit 10 minutes, rinse it off, and the grease was gone, and my barbecue looked great.
Well, and the grease had spilled over onto our deck.
On the siding on the house.
And on the siding on the house, and it wouldn't come off. And just to squirt it off, it didn't do anything.
Squirted the degreaser on there, let it sit, rinsed it off, gone. It was great.
So it works really well. We have a gas stove. It also works. You can't use it inside your oven, but like around the burners where it gets kind of nasty from cooking, cleans it right up.
Yeah, that works good there.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yes, Lori and I are walking, talking Avon advertisements. I use Avon
that's good.
shampoo and skincare. She uses makeup. We both do. They don't do a lot of clothing for men, but she wears
a lot of the
Avon
clothes.
fashion and Avon jewelry. We're both walking, talking.
Well,
Avon
and it depends too. Like because we're Avon leaders, we get this box that's called Meeting in the Box. You have to be a certain level and have a certain team size, but they send me products. In fact, we have one of those boxes coming tomorrow. That's how we're able to show you guys some of the products ahead. So the unfortunate thing is we don't know what's inside the box. So we call it a mystery box. It's fun because we open it and say, surprise, here's what we have this time. And it's always really fun products. So it has forced us to use a lot more things that maybe we wouldn't have ordered ourselves. But because we get them and subscribe to this box with Avon, it's worth it. So
yeah,
pick things that you want to try, and then do start to post on social media. Your customers are going to ask you, even strangers sometimes, if they know you, you know, like in the store, you know, I know a few people, but not that well. They say, well, have you used this product? And I tell them truthfully if I have or I haven't. And sometimes I might use someone else's testimony. If I know Stacy has told me about a product she's really liked, I might use her testimony about something. Or maybe it could be another customer of ours that has used a product that maybe we just haven't tried yet.
Right, right.
Always shocking when I tell people that I use Avon skincare. So,
Yeah. But you know, men have skin just like.
Well, yeah. You want your skin to look nice, don't you?
I definitely want to look nice.
Yes.
All right. Any other questions? Anything else we can help you with?
Nope, not me.
I'm good.
For next month, do you guys have any ideas? If you do, please let us know. If there's something, we can maybe talk more about tools again and show you some information about the tools that we use and how to go about getting those.
All right, hold on, everybody. I'm going to end our recording, but that doesn't mean we're going to end the call. So let me just do that.
So thanks, everybody.